CBS News Brief. As many as 800 people have been killed in eastern Afghanistan after a major earthquake wiped out entire villages. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer says help may not be on the way.
The numbers are going to rise over the next couple of days in a very, very sad situation because the Taliban government, one of the poorest countries in the world, just doesn't have the equipment or the personnel to deal with a major disaster like this.
Russia may have jammed the navigation system of a plane carrying the president of the European Union as she visited countries near the front lines of the war in Ukraine. The EU says it's by now accustomed to Russia's hostile behavior, which it said would not shake its commitment to Ukraine. Dozens of undocumented children from Guatemala should now be in ICE custody after a judge temporarily blocked the government from deporting them. CBS's Camila Montoya Galvez.
It's a temporary restraining order that lasts for 14 days or 2 weeks, but it could be extended by this judge.
CBS News Brief. I'm Christopher.
Back in 1984, we started the fast service oil chain. And for over 40 years, Rapid Oil Change has been the leader in oil changes and fast service. We accept most major fleets and offer local 30-day in-house accounts as well. We do more than just change oil. From tires, wiper blades, tire sensors, just to name a few. Don't forget to show your ride some love with a trip to our Laser Wash 360, the best touchless wash in town, open 24/7. If you're not driving hard with Castrol Edge, come see us today. 6 locations, 6 days a week. We're ready to serve. OilChangeMS.com.
Here's a word from John White, the owner of Two Gun Tactical in Flowood and Ridgeland.
I carry a gun every day, all the time. Last year in America, 2 million legal guns were pulled, and it stopped the threat. So I'm really wearing a firearm just to stop the threat. There's more likelihood of me just pulling it and not using it than there is using it. TwoGunTactical.com, TwoGunTactical.com.
Two Gun Tactical, the South's only country club.
This month, Urge Vet Emergency Vets of Madison is celebrating 5 incredible years of serving your pets, and we couldn't have done it without you.
From late night emergencies to weekend worries, we've been here caring for your pets when your regular vet isn't available.
Join us in celebrating 5 years of compassion, expertise, and tail wags.
Drop by for giveaways, treats, and more, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all the fun. Located at 15 Olympic Way in Madison, you can call us at 601-790-1918.
Urge Vet, always here when your pet needs us most.
Vans Comics, Cards, and Games is your local sports cards and memorabilia store, plus Pokemon, board games, comics, and more. Get in the game, make history, and own it at Vans Comics, Cards, and Games, Pear Orchard Road in Ridgeland, and at vansccg.com. Better ingredients, better pizza with a better website. Papa John's and papajohns.com team up for the best experience. Save more with Papa Rewards and all the best deals. Order today and enjoy the new specials and Papa's pairings at papajohns.com and at locations throughout the metro.
Come together.
And we're back on the Lindsey Beckham Show on this Labor Day Monday, where no one else is working except for us today. So,
maybe that means people are actually listening to
maybe you'll listen to the show if you're interested in true crime as much as Lindsey is. You might be interested, and I do it by default just because it's like the one thing I know. You know more than that. Yeah. I mean, I guess I could do like a history show, but true crime seems to be one of the things that I kind of know a lot about.
Also, live streaming on YouTube, your YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, our Facebook pages, the law firm Facebook page. So if you'd rather see us than listen, that's where you can do that.
We're on there. We went down for a moment. We had to refix the stream, but it is back up and you can still catch it there. So we did that at the break. Yeah, there's some technical difficulties there, but we fixed that. But right now,
probably user error.
Yeah, probably user error, I'm sure. So now we're back talking about the Donna Adelson trial, where the prosecution has rested and the defense will start tomorrow. Their case is expected to last 4 to 6 days. The big question we got, Lindsey, and I wanted to save this this is our longer segment to discuss this because it gets pretty interesting, is will Donna testify? Is 75-year-old Donna Adelson going to take the stand? The first thing I'll say, and I'll kick it back to you, is the general, as you know, because you've tried a case with me as a defense lawyer or defense lawyer's assistant, and the general consensus is you don't want your client to take the stand. And the reason you don't is because it's never good for them, because they always will mess up. Because, I mean, generally, let's be honest here, a lot of times they're guilty, and when you're guilty, you tend to lie. And when you lie, you get caught in one lie and it just spirals from there. And it's really
snowballs.
Yeah. I mean, it's very, very rare that it's going to be a case where the defendant's testimony is going to help them. Now, let me give you an example. I tried another case last summer in a self-defense case where the guy was innocent. You remember that? I told you about that case. And we didn't even have him take the stand because we just felt like he was kind of one of those guys that would get it's a nerve-wracking experience to take the witness stand if you've ever done it. I've actually had to do it because just as part of a case before some evidence I handled or whatever. It's not, if you're not used to that environment, it is a very scary thing. And people freak out even if you didn't do it. They tense up, they answer questions incorrectly, and
good lawyers know how to make them tense
easily.
up. They know how to make them feel uncomfortable and intimidated.
It's just, I mean, it's adversarial. That's the best way to put it. And and even if you're telling 100% the truth, you're going to get tripped up. You just are. And it's tough to handle that. Now, especially if you did it, then you're really going to get tripped up because you're usually telling a BS story. And that's when, a lot of times, the rule of cross-examination is to, ask yes or no questions. I was taught in a different way from a friend of mine you've met, over at the DA's office. And he taught me, let them talk because they'll always lie. And then you've got them.
Let them keep going. They'll hang themselves.
Yeah. And so I kind of do a mix of the two because they usually will. And so that's the problem you got right here with Donna Adelson. She takes a stand. To me, it looks like she's obviously guilty. Like, it just seems like
I believe she fully intends on taking a stand, though.
Yeah, no, I think she's one of those. She seems like one of those defense, Lindsay, that's so like ego driven that like, I'm going to get up there and tell the jury the way it is, and they're going to listen to me. Like one of those people, and you're like, no, they're probably not.
I think her defense attorneys are also trying to rely on the fact that this is a grandma and she's kind of old and feeble looking now. And they're going to see her as someone who just loves her grandchildren. And that's going to cause some sympathy within the jury. I do not think that's going to be the case. I think that pretty much everyone is looking at her like, we know you're guilty, and that you think that because you have money, you're above the law and that you can get away with these things. But I think what else has been really interesting, Shaun, is that throughout the trial thus far, through the state's case, them putting their case on, the defense attorneys have gone back and forth almost as though they are blaming Charlie or Wendi, like, oh, they had more knowledge, they knew more about this, they were more involved than our client. And it's like, that makes it even stranger because these are her children.
Yeah, I've listened to some of the breakdown of that. Apparently, the state may have made a deal, try to actually get Donna to testify against Wendi.
I think they're coming after Harvey and Wendi. I do think that Harvey, the husband, Donna's husband, and Wendi, the daughter who was married to Dan, who was murdered, will be arrested and tried for this murder.
It's possible. I think with Wendi, it's going to be tough because of this immunity thing to break through that. We'll see.
But that was only on things that she testified to.
I know.
And she didn't testify to anything that made her look guilty.
I understand that, but her defense lawyers are going to make it seem like whoever defends her are going to make it seem like there's a natural connection between those things, and then it's going to create an appellate situation if she is allowed to go to trial, get convicted. It's going to be tough. I mean, it's going to be. I guess the only reason I think it could happen, and I would be inclined to agree with you, is because of the high profile nature. If this were not a high profile case, ain't no way in heck they'd do it. Like, they're just not going to do it as a state, take that risk to then the case getting bumped on appeal. I just don't see it. This, though, they might be under so much public pressure now at this point that they'll just, a lot of times when you're under public pressure, you make really stupid legal decisions. I mean, it happens all the time. Like really, really dumb ones. I've seen it for years and years, unfortunately, that I think a good example of that, our friend Anthony Fox getting indicted. There was, at that time, there was all this public pressure about police brutality in the wake of George Floyd and all that kind of crap. And I think that, people make political decisions in the DA's office a lot. Unfortunately, I've seen it time and again. And I think this would be something I could see that happening, where we've got to indict Wendi Adelson, because otherwise whoever's I think they're called the state attorney's office of Florida, is not going to get reelected. So you're probably right. They probably will do it based on politics.
Initially, I didn't know. I couldn't decide. Did she know about this? Did she have anything to do with it? But after I have seen the entire case that the prosecution has put on here in Donna's trial, I think she absolutely knew. And I think she definitely played a part.
Oh, I think she 100% knew. I mean, there's no way they didn't. I mean, if I was going to kill my sister's husband, Manny, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just letting you know if you're listening to this, Jasmine, someone listens. But I mean, I'd be the first one. We'd come up with it together. I mean, you know how close her and I are. We would come up with the plan and probably not tell anybody else. Like, there would be no way she wouldn't know and I wouldn't know, and we both wouldn't have been in on it. There's just no way. So I don't know. I know. So that's why I believe she was definitely involved. 100% she was involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. Obviously, I'm sure Charlie loved his sister, but did he love her enough that much that he is going to put his neck on the line, spend the rest of his life in jail to kill her husband, who she's divorcing, just because they can't agree on where the kids are going to live.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, and also think about that. Made me think of this too, Lindsay, about the Wendi thing. Think about how ridiculous the defense is on that, or how easy. Let me put it better: how the state is going to be able to counteract that. Ladies and gentlemen, I just didn't know my brother and my mom tried to kill my husband. They didn't tell me. Oh my God! I mean, it sounds ridiculous that she wouldn't have known. Like they were just trying to protect her, even though this was for her benefit. Like they just didn't tell her at all. Like what if she said, "No, I don't want you to do that. Don't kill him." Like that's messed up. He's the father of my children. Like they're going to have to live with this for the rest of their lives. Like I don't want that. I'd rather live in Tallahassee than have my children grow up without a father. How about that? Like, what if she says that? I mean, that's a legitimate thing. I would think most normal people would say. But no, they obviously got with her, in my opinion. I don't know this for a fact based on what I'm seeing. And she hated him and they all hated him. And this was a coordinated effort. I would agree with that. Whether now that's going to survive appellate review, that's another thing. Like down the line in the event that she's convicted, I mean.
And it gets appealed.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be another, I think, thing to it. So we'll see on that. But as to, like I said, Donna taking the stand, I mean, the problem, I guess the thing is the problem, she's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. So if she doesn't take the stand, then everything the prosecution has said, that's some of it's kind of weak. I mean, some of it's stronger than others, but it all goes unrebutted. I mean, she has to explain away, like, why were you getting on a plane to Vietnam?
That's exactly what I was about to say, because
like,
that's what came out too at the very end of the prosecution's testimony that they put on. That was one of the last things. We were talking to the investigators, and of course they arrested her in the airport. And we have all the phone calls between her and the people that she's attempting to get the visa from, and she's wanting this 3-month visa, and she has to have it expedited, and she needs to go to a country where they have those laws where they can't no extradition.
Yeah.
So obviously that makes her look even more guilty. She's selling all of her things on Facebook Marketplace, and it doesn't add up. And so how do you explain away all of that?
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, she's got to talk about she's gonna have to explain away the wiretaps too. Like, how do you explain that away? But I think to me, like, her explanations also suck. Like, I don't know, is it better for her not to say anything about it and just prey on, and the defense lawyers push reasonable doubt? Because I mean, this is her explanation of the wiretaps. Oh, I was confused. I was scared. I was speaking vaguely. I mean, you sound ridiculous. Like, the state is going to crush her the minute she says anything like that. They're going to rip her into a million pieces. I know it. I've done it before. It's fun. Trust me. And like, they're going to kill her. And so like, that's where I would be concerned. She's going to get destroyed on everything. The only thing they could hope for, what her testimony is going to help her, would be she's old. I mean, I'm just gonna put it, she is old. Like, ladies, look how old she is. I mean, if you're going for that, that's your whole defense, which maybe be the best one that they've got.
I mean, I think that's all they've got.
And she's old.
What I have noticed about the defense attorneys is that they have barely questioned any of these witnesses on cross-examination. They'll ask 1 or 2 questions and then they're done, because I think they don't have anything there's no defense. Like, they put on no defense whatsoever thus far. And so I think that's what they are relying on, is the fact that she looks old and she loves her grandkids, and please take pity on this poor woman.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think your best strategy as a defense lawyer is that she's old. She's 75. She's near the end of her life anyway. Most likely, people can live to 90 or whatever. That that it was her daughter took advantage of her as her mother, who and
you got to throw Wendi under the bus to do that.
Well, I mean, they're already doing that. During the trial. So I think you could say the daughter was taking advantage of her elderly mother, and her mothers love their children, and they'll do anything for their children. And she's old. Don't send her to prison. And that's what I would go with. But we will try to finish it up on the last segment here on the Lindsey Beckham Show. Please stay tuned. Show. Please stay tuned.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Cork and Door Company has been providing quality residential garage and commercial overhead door products to Mississippians for over 50 years. Cork and Door is a supplier of garage door parts and services such as LiftMaster, commercial and residential door operators, as well as Clopay, sectional commercial and residential doors, Asta, commercial sheet and rolling steel doors, and Cornell, rolling steel and shutters, with many in stock for the same-day pickup. CorkandDoor.com. That's CorkandDoor.com.
Tired of the office grind? Ready to take a day and enjoy some time at the course? The Sanderson Farms Championship is back in Jackson. From September 29th to October 5th, come see the world's best professional golfers at Mississippi's only PGA Tour event. Whether you're a golf enthusiast or just looking for a fun day out, this event is for you. Visit SandersonFarmsChampionship.com for more information and to purchase your tickets. Take a day and join us at the Sanderson Farms Championship.
What are people saying about Tom's Fried Pies in Richland?
I'm on a diet. I don't want to be down there at Tom's Fried Pies. We had a good time. When I tell you the crust was flaky, I'm talking about buttery. This was nothing like I've ever tasted. Ever. I mean, I've never tasted anything like that, man. It was nice. Atmosphere was nice. Everybody there was nice. Because I'll be back, even though I don't supposed to with my diet. I really enjoyed myself.
Tom'sFriedPies.com. Tom'sFriedPies.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
It's time to put a little more sizzle in your red-hot Mississippi summer at Mazda of Jackson. Drive away on your road trip with a boost from Mazda of Jackson's $1,000 off owner loyalty reward and low 1.9% financing on a 2025 CX-90, CX-70, and the Assembled in America CX-50. And take advantage of the pre-tariff inventory before it's gone. It's time to choose Mazda. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road in Jackson.
Come see us at Planter Supply in Bentonia for precise fertilizer and seed recommendations from our experts Mike Bates and Walt Shepard. They have over 50 years of combined experience in the agronomic industry, and their knowledge and experience ensures your food plot will be the best that it can be. We carry a full line of summer, fall, and winter food plot seed and deliver it straight to your field in our fertilizer spreaders for your convenience. Come see us at Planter Supply in downtown Bentonia or give us a call at 662-755-8782.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
A beautiful rug can freshen up any home or office, and there's no better place to shop for that perfect rug than the Rug Place. I'm Colleen O'Brien, owner of the Rug Place, and we have over 2,000 rugs in stock, all sizes, quality, and color. My trained staff can help you pick out that perfect rug. We even offer 48-hour in-home approval, so you can make sure that rug fits your space and style before you purchase. Quality workmanship and superb styling. The Rug Place, Lakeland Drive, next to Primo's, or therugplace.com.
Rug Place, always affordable. Come together.
And we're back for the last segment on the Lindsey Beckham Show on this wonderful Labor Day weekend and on Labor Day. Again, if you had any trouble over the weekend and you got pulled over for DUI, or you got angry at a relative at one of the barbecue grills you're at and got into a fight or a shooting or whatever can happen, you just you can go reach me at onetextlaw.com and I'd be glad to help you out if you're just bonding out of jail. If you're listening to this, hit the website up, and Lindsey will get back to you today and we can set up a time to talk. And I specialize in all forms of criminal defense. So onetextlaw.com.
Call us from jail, from your contraband phone.
Don't know. She said that for
Trust me, we get
police
this.
that are listening to that. I did not say that. But yeah, you can reach onetextlaw.com, 601-862-1320. Anyway, we are discussing, speaking of criminal defense and criminals. We're speaking of the Donna Adelson trial for the last minute or so we have here, Lindsay. So the consensus is, she going to take the stand? Is Donna Adelson going to take the stand, or is she not?
I say yes.
Yes. I'm going to probably lean into she probably will.
They don't have any other defense.
They don't. Again, normally you don't want to take this stand if you're the defendant, because you are totally screwed when you do that. There's two cases where you do self-defense generally, and like a sex case. And that sounds weird, but what I've learned over the years in the sex case, the jury wants to hear from like the molester or you can't that can't go unrebutted. Like you can't just you know what I mean? It's got to you got to be like, I did not do this. That's kind of like two cases, a kind of joke in the criminal defense prosecution community about the self-defense and sex cases are generally the ones you have to take the stand on.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't get that because they die in jail. They're unalived before they make it to the stand.
And there is a missing minute of the video, and we'll never know.
We will never know what really happened.
And Lindsay will see. We're going to go. Speak of that. Lindsay will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.